Though it seems she was gone forever, the rest of the group manages to save Kit and pull her back to safety, though not before she sees her brother, Prince Eric, in the arms of the Crone. All of this is unbeknownst to Eric, who is actually in the Immemorial City with a woman named Lily, who is in no way the Crone, except of course she's the Crone. However, in order to get to the Immemorial City, the group must venture across the Shattered Sea, a body of water known to induce madness, and for whom no explorer has ever truly ventured back from, so all maps have ended at that point. That being said, it seems that Lily, aka the Crone's charms, are beginning to get to Prince Eric, and there may be a surprise waiting for them in the Immemorial City. Will they be able to free Prince Eric? Will everyone survive? What does this have to do with that classic Led Zeppelin song? You know, Whole Lotta Love. This is the finale of Willow. So yes, hopefully that wasn't entirely too spoiler heavy. I don't think I got, it's basically that's the plot of these two episodes here that end off season 1 of Willow. I'll get to what might be happening, if at all, towards the end of this. But yeah. Overall, this was pretty good. I think the characters finally get a little firm grounding here. They're not quite so, we're not in the wishy-washy points now. We have rounded characters that have set motivations and are trying to get everything done here. We get a minor resolution to Eldora and Kit Kit not liking Eldora for pulling her from her father's voice, but that was, it was very quick and not entirely substantial. It was not substantial at all. Really, what this sort of focuses on are the group, again, navigating the Shattered Sea, trying to avoid the gales, and then also discovering some things along the way, like the fact that Greydon also has innate magic powers and has slowly been learning magic on his own, kind of trying to glean it off of Willow and Eldora, sorry. Or Eloria. Eldora. I don't know what I'm talking about. Eloria. And, they're, like I said, that's one revelation when we have the Chimerian armor thing, I forget its name, that Borman is trying to unlock but doesn't seem to be able to. Probably because it's meant for Kit. Kit and Jade finally resolve their relationship and admit, yeah, we're a couple. And, eventually, yes, they do get to the Immemorial City where, of course, Lily / the Crone has corrupted Prince Eric. He tries to explain that, basically the backstory of the Crone is she was the princess of the land of Kashmir, hence the Led Zeppelin reference. And they, she was kidnapped by a cult that worshipped a being called the Wyrm, which actually, when it feasts on magic and when it wakes up, will basically subsume the world. And she got corrupted by their magic, and now she's trying to awaken the Wyrm with the blood of the grandchildren of Bavmorda. And so, she really only needs Eric, but she winds up almost kind of getting Kit as well. And Eloria also winds up, basically, as they're journeying across the Shattered Sea, everyone starts praying because the sea just plays mind tricks on everyone. And finally they get to, what they think should be the island, but there's just a giant waterfall. And everyone's just heartbroken. It's like, oh, we were going the wrong way. And Willow's like, I'm not this great sorcerer. I didn't want anyone to doubt me. And it's then sort of revealed that Eloria has actually been in contact with the Crone on several occasions, and she knows the visions that Willow has been having about her being killed by the Crone. And it's then that Kit basically takes Eloria and says, no, we've come way too far. We just can't go back. Are you with me? And they both jump over the edge, and next thing you know, they're in the Immemorial City. Then, like I said, the Crone basically tempts them and says, look, the Wyrm is not the bad guy. You've been hearing that I'm the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy, look, I've shown this to Eric. She gives her this liquid that's the milk of the worm, basically, and it's like you go into this void, you go into the golden void that Kit and Eloria had encountered in the mountains earlier, and you get this vision of exactly what you want. You can live the life you want. Sorsha suddenly appears and tells Kit, like, no, I shouldn't have tried to force you to be something you're not. Be the warrior, live with Jade. I won't stand in your way anymore. And Eric and Eloria are there, and he's like, look, we can be married. You don't have to be Eloria the Dawn in here. You could just be, the woman I fell in love with, Brunhild the Dove. Yeah, I had forgotten that she was called Dove at one point, too. It'll all just be like, the past time has never happened. And, it seemed, and it's then, it just says they're about to get in, of course. Kit hears from Mad Mardigan. Sorry, my phone went off there. Kit hears from Mad Mardigan in voice form only, and, they're suddenly kind of, she tries to fight to free Eloria, but she's turned to stone. And it's then that Willow, who had been lagging back the whole time, arrives and, reverses all the magic. And this sets up the big final battle, which I won't really get too far into spoiler-wise, except I'd say overall the story does have a good definitive ending if this were the final episode. So, it does hint that there can be more or will be more. I don't know if it has been renewed for... I think I've received conflicting reports. I thought I heard at one point that it actually had been renewed for a season 2, but, if you know anything about the world of streaming services in the last few months, we know that just because you're given a season 2 at one point doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get that season 2 inside job. That, what's the other one? It was on HBO Max, too. It's supposed to get a season. They said even though they had a season 2, it's like it got yanked away at the last second. And so now they're, again, now Disney Plus has been one of the more stable ones, so maybe things are going to go fine there. Like I said, there's a good definitive endpoint. The ending feels natural, feels like a good flow through. There are some things that happen, again, like I said, to set up a possible season 2. In fact, you see it, the idea through the whole series, this has been told in a storybook form, and you see it go back on the shelf, and then you see volumes 2 and 3 next to it. So they have at least 3 seasons worth of ideas. Don't know entirely what's going to happen there, or if, like I said, if at all. And, that being said, I think if there was a drawback in these 2 episodes, is there's some corniness that kind of goes into some, like, Borman something gets, like, way cornier than he usually is. Like, one of the ideas is when he's sitting there, it's like, they're trying to hide, he suggests everyone start making out, and it's like, you've never shown any inclination to that at all. What was with that? There's also a point where Willow is suddenly wanting to back out, and he starts receiving, because the Shattered Sea is messing with him, that he starts seeing visions that his village might be under attack. Like I said, the Wyrm is definitely an interesting idea, and like I said, it is setting up some interesting groundwork for a possible season 2, which, again, hopefully they'll be allowed to complete their story. So I'm not entirely sure. And like I said, yeah, there's overall it's really good. Again, just some of those awkward moments are a little clunky in there. It can be a little rushed at some times, where it's like, okay, so much is happening, and now it's like, ooh, we still got like maybe 20 minutes we need to fill this out with, so yeah, let's make the final battle be like 20 minutes long. So yeah, it's a lot of slow motion. There's a lot of montage stuff that happens in there, and it's like, okay, maybe you could have cropped this down a little bit more and seen something happen, maybe. Still, overall, this is really enjoyable. I'm going to give the episode 7 and 8 of Willow an A. like I said, most of the stuff is pretty minor in terms of everything. It's not terribly horrendous. And like I said, it does set up a good season 2. Season overall, though, I think I still have to give it a solid B, though. Again, just a little too, like, when are they going to get to the fireworks factory moments? Like I said, a lot of, I'm all for character exploration, but there's still a lot of, will they, won't they romance stuff that does kind of bog itself down sometimes. Like, I'm all for, representation and exploring something like that. Here, definitely proves some very fertile ground, but at the same time, where it takes, 7 episodes for Kit and Jade to finally admit that they just have feelings for each other and that they've always felt that way. It's just like, it could get a little grindy sometimes. So, series overall, last 2 episodes get an A, the series overall gets a B.
Special friends with 5 special powers.
Guardians, unite! Talk about teamwork! Show off.
It's Will, Irma, Tarani, Cornelia, and Haylin.
I really think you ought to check this out. Thank you very much.
It's Witch, premiering Saturday, January 28th at 3:30, 2:30 Central on Disney Channel.
Okay, so this should probably be going up on Friday, unless I can edit it really quickly, which probably not. The next video after that is going to be the random trade review on Werewolves Unleashed: The Hunger, or whatever that gets called at this point. It's such a mouthful of a title. And then next couple weeks, we'll obviously have our divisional round preview in the NFL playoffs, and then we will have our January catch-up on streaming shows. We're going to have Season 2 of Mighty Ducks Game Changers, and then Seasons 3 and 4 of The Mighty Ones. Yes, they somehow slipped in another season on me, and I just didn't notice. Hopefully I'll get all caught up, and in all likelihood, the next theatrical review is going to be Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember you can request a movie or a television series for me to review at my Patreon at patreon.com/CPTime for Cat Productions. Also, remember to like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be alerted to further videos.